off with Matt Preem from 247 Sports.
Tyler, what's made this offense so efficient in the second half, 2 straight games in a row? I think really the only thing that stopped you guys is your lack of execution in second halves. What's made you guys so good?
Just executing the game plan and from practice. You know, we know we're going to have a good game and we have a really good week of practice. It's got to show. So I think that's our main focus this week is just trying to do it the best we can during practice and then make it easier on the game field to make practice as hard as we can. It's hectic and as confusing as possible so we can get the look right. And then that way when we see it out in the game, we can just play.
Ryan Thorburn, register guard.
Tyler, you mentioned the other night that there's still a lot of the playbook that you guys have not shown yet. I mean, how much more can you guys do as the season goes on and you get McCormick and Camp Moyer and some of the other tight ends back along with DJ?
Oh yeah, we're still trying to get our own feel for it and still trying to work different personnels and just do whatever the game plan fits. You know, we have our set offense. We're not really trying to game plan the defense per se and install a whole new offense every week. We're trying to run what we run and make adjustments accordingly. But I'm excited because, you know, we keep getting better each week and we just got to keep stacking those days.
James Crapia, Oregonian.
Back to the turnovers from last week, Coach Cristobal and Coach Moorhead kind of went over them a little bit, talking about the mesh charge on the one where that's not on you guys at all. And it came up actually again in the third quarter. And so walk me through, like, all right, the first time that play is just doomed and that's not on you guys. But how were you able to avoid a fumble when it came up again later? And on the interception, Coach Moorhead said, you know, basically just throw it away and avoid it in that spot. But it's so fast, it's such a quick play. What could you have done differently with such a short time window to make a decision?
Yeah, obviously the fumble, you know, that's on all of us. Obviously we got to do a better job in the mesh, and we obviously made those corrections after, and just to give it when there is a mesh charge. And on the pick, you know, it was a split-second reaction. I didn't see him get held until after I threw it, but if it is cloudy, then I'm going to just dirt it or throw it away in those situations. So just got to be better at that, at anticipated it, and then just reacting accordingly.
Eric Scopel, 247 Sports.
Tyler, I mean, you just mentioned some of the decisions you have to make. You find yourself gaining confidence in yourself? I know it's strange because you've obviously been an accomplished high school quarterback, but you haven't played this kind of football in a couple of years. I mean, you feel like yourself kind of gaining that confidence back now over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, there's definitely that game mode feeling for sure. You know, I haven't played a full game since high school in these past 2 games. So you definitely get a level of confidence when you can go in and out in each series and feel like you've put in the work and just executing those plays. So I'm really excited for where we're headed right now. And, you know, we got a long way to go. So I'm just proud of our guys for how they've worked.
Jerry Thompson, Ducks Illustrated.
Yeah, Tyler, how does after Stanford, Washington State, you've seen their defenses, how does it look for UCLA if you've had time to look at that? How would you compare those?
Yeah, they're really tough defense. You know, I think they're going to be one of the toughest defenses we faced so far. They fly around to the ball. They got great personnel, great coaching. So we're going to have to be in our game this week and do the best that we can to prepare for them.
Aaron Heisen, KWVA Sports.
Tyler, what has made the running game so consistent and efficient throughout the first 2 games of the season, and how do you see that moving forward against UCLA?
The running game, I mean, that's just a testament to our O-line and how they prepared and the running backs just seeing those holes, you know, and the scheme that we put up. Coach has done a great job calling plays and putting us in those positions. The O-line has blocked their butts off and worked hard day in, day out. And we obviously have a great set of running backs and Cyrus, CJ, Travis, and Sean Dollars who've been playing a lot. So I'm really proud of those guys, and we got to keep stepping up each week because we still want to bump those numbers up and obviously create a balanced offense like as we planned.
Matt Preem.
Speaking about running backs, Travis Dye has just 13 touches, but he's averaging like 17 yards a touch and 3 touchdowns. What's made him just so effective in this offense, you feel like?
He's a hard runner. He's a twitchy guy. He sees those holes and he goes through them right now. I think all of our backs have that ability. I mean, he's just obviously taking advantage of those opportunities when they've come, and he's a playmaker for sure. He's got great ball control, great body control, and great hands. So I think he's just going to the light, and I think he's just progressing each week. And obviously he's had that time to play as a freshman. So everybody's just progressing and getting better. So it's great to see that.
Ryan Thorburn.
Tyler, just following up on the Bruins defense, I mean, they shut down a veteran quarterback, Chase Garbers, with really no prep time. What does make them so tough in your eyes after looking at that?
They bring a lot of different looks. They have a good front seven. They play hard, and they're well coached. So I think, they're going to run to the ball a lot. They're going to try and disguise looks. But I think if we stick to our game plan and stick to our rules, we should be fine and just execute what we do.
James.
So like seeing the two receiver group all come through for you this past week. But it was Devin. I mean, not just they all made catches. They all made, I think, diving catches and really big grabs. Devin, Chris, Josh, all of them. What was it like just seeing them come through and to know you have that depth there if Mike is not going to be there last week and this week ahead?
Yeah, it's obviously huge for those guys. They work super hard throughout the week. They're treating it like they're the starters, and their name could be called anytime. And I've been super comfortable getting reps with them and routes on air and team reps and 7-on-7. So it's no surprise to see what they're doing on the field, and I'm really looking forward to elevating their game this next week, and they're going to obviously make me better with some of their athleticism. And obviously, you've seen that on the field, so I'm really proud of them, and we got to keep getting better.
Eric.
Tyler, I want to take you back to that last play, or I guess that last drive before half against Washington State. That pass to Jalen, was that like where you wanted to go with the ball? Were you expecting him to have that much space? And I know you said if you got it out there a little earlier, it would probably have been a touchdown. Was that just because you were surprised that he was that far behind the defense?
No, we weren't. I wasn't surprised by it. I was just trying to avoid the rush a little bit. I saw somebody kind of get through or fall down. Should just quick avoid it with my feet, and then just throwing it out to him. But no, I wasn't surprised by it. I was just a little late on the footwork, but it ended up working out great.
Jerry Thompson.
Yeah, Tyler, a similar question on the wheel route to Travis dive for the touchdown. You kind of look in your shot, or know that that's going to work as soon as you saw it called. Had you seen things that knew that he would probably beat his man, or is that something that just plays called? You didn't have to make the right pass, but were you kind of anticipating this going a long way?
Yeah, I obviously saw the matchup post snap. Usually we were reading that out. So once I saw the D end or linebacker or whoever was on Travis, and it was just a mismatch for sure. So I laid it out for him to run underneath it, and it definitely worked out for sure. But I know they're in man coverage, and they put that guy in the back, and we love those odds. So just trying to give them the best opportunity they can to make a play.
It looks like that's all we have for you, Tyler. Appreciate your time. Well, one more, James. You had it up and you put it down, and now it's back up.
Yeah, I had a mental problem. Anyway, Tyler, RPOs. Obviously, you guys ran them previously in the older offense without giving away aspects of it exactly. I mean, it's on film, but what makes Coach Moorhead's RPOs just perhaps different than what you guys were doing before? Because clearly they've been really effective for you guys. So just what is it about his that are either just slightly different or better than what you guys were doing before?
He just clearly defines our reads for us. We prepare a lot throughout the week on who our give keys and throw keys are, and just keying each defender. So it makes it easier on the quarterbacks and wide receivers to just execute the route and just follow accordingly. And obviously you have to have a plan versus pressure and plan versus any dirty looks. So that just goes into preparation throughout the week, and Coach Moorhead obviously having a great system and teaching it well to us.
Now we're done. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.